I think this on this eve of Independence Day, the message, the pledge, the determination for re-engineering India and the role of the PR professionals, the communication professionals in taking this pledge forward, in taking this mandate forward would certainly be achieved. Without losing any further time, I would request Shri R.K. Vaish, the Honorable Chief Resident Commissioner of Government of Tripura, one of the fine states of 7 sister states in the northeast of this country. The great fabulous work which the state of Tripura is doing. If you see all the developmental indicators, the state level indicators, probably Tripura is one of the finest states. So how the silent Indian bureaucracy, the silent Indian officers are working day in and day out, and having been an officer with the Indian Administrative Services for 30 long years, what is his perspective, what is his bird's eye view, how he has seen things unraveling from the year 1978 and to 2013, all these years, and what his view is for the future of India and how the re-engineering of India can be accentuated, sir.
Thank you, Sagar. My thanks to Engineering Watch for inviting me on this occasion to share some of my views. I was hearing the speakers before me, and I think there is no doubt that if India has to move towards economic self-reliance, it has to be re-engineered. There has to be a re-engineered India. You know, development, if we have to become self-reliant, the development has to be sustainable. Sustainable development would mean that we use our resources, striking a balance with the nature and ecology. Sustainable development will mean that we follow environmental standards for the industries which are laid down very meticulously. In fact, we have to move towards stricter environmental standards. And there, our chemical engineers, our engineers have a big role for designing systems which can handle those kind of challenges. So I feel that in the days to come, engineers would have greater role in shaping the economy. We can see for ourselves, you would all agree, that we have a number of PSUs, a number of engineering organizations who are doing excellent work in India. During last 10 years, if you see the progress, not 10 years, more than 10 years, last 15 to 20 years, we see we had some kind of upsurge of corporates, engineering corporates having engineering communities, doing excellent work. We have corporates doing excellent work outside. The examples we all know. The kind of work our companies are doing in the US, in IT sector and a number of other sectors. The problem is, no, that kind of work is being done in India also. But as Raghav initially said, rightly so, many places, many times that kind of ecosystem is not there to sustain the kind of growth that we need, and that ecosystem has to be created. I'm happy to share with you, and you know, you're all engineers. I understand that ecosystem is gradually developing, but that has to be accelerated. The progress has to be expedited. I have no doubt in my mind that we have to move towards this, whether it is IRCON or rights of IFCO or in the private sector. Excellent work is being done. But there is one problem, one danger, which I foresee. We have a huge number of colleges, engineering colleges have come up in the private sector also. And my experience as a administrative professional is that there is not much quality check on the engineering education on those colleges which have come over the length and breadth of the country. I think some kind of effort to set up a quality council or some body which voluntarily comes forward to regulate quality education, quality of the education, engineering education in the engineering colleges should be welcome and should be the right direction. I was just thinking that, for we professionals, when we get trained, we studied constitution, law, IPC, sociology, all those subjects. And I understand in IITs, we have those subjects, humanities, and those subjects are there. I guess those kind of subjects are there in, in good engineering colleges, and of course those must be there in, I think, in the curriculum of all the engineering colleges, because now we are in 21st century. But we need to see that those things don't remain on paper only. They are practiced, they are followed. But the question is, who will ensure that these things are followed? Who will ensure the quality of education? I know from my experience, there is not much happening for regulating quality, except in the we have World Bank projects for upgrading polytechnics. We have some World Bank projects for upgrading NITs, or government has set up NITs, one NIT in each of the state headquarters. Of course, we have IITs, we have multiplied the number, but still there is vast number of colleges which are outside this system. And how do we regulate the quality of education? That has to be thought about, and I think there's a lot of space available. to do work, and Engineering Watch is trying to do that with their limited, resources. But they are doing very well. They are doing excellent work. I would like to congratulate Engineering Watch for having taken this challenge and for instituting these awards, engineering awards, and surely I think this is something very, very timely. We don't hear of such awards being given in the country. I think this is for the first time, our organization like Engineering Watch or anywhere. I don't hear that engineers are being, for their excellence. I don't hear much that the awards are being given. And what Engineering Watch is doing is something very precious, very, very, something for which they deserve a lot of compliments, huge applause and compliments. And I wish they are successful. They continue this journey, to bring up, to improve the engineering profession as a whole, to higher, greater heights in the country. I think what the president of the Public Society of India, he also said that engineers are not less. Certainly not. I mean, if you see the recruitment, I think large majority of the people, candidates who are selected to these services, central services, are engineers. And I think and rightly so. And but a lot of things have to be done to, maybe there have to be emphasis on humanities in the engineering colleges. Maybe some change in the curriculum, some change in the way we perceive engineering education also has to be thought of, so that the product which comes out of the engineering college is more competent to take on, and also competent to participate in the decision-making process. Unfortunately, what happens is that my experience is, my general experience is that normally, we have engineering cadre in the state and in the center also. And when my experience is that when it comes to decision making or policy making, their exposure, I find there is nothing, there is no deficiency, but their exposure is not there. How do we encourage that kind of exposure to them from the beginning when they enter service or enter any corporate? That has to be thought of. How do we encourage innovation? That has to be thought of. Unfortunately, in our country, the budget on R&D now has gone up, but maybe we need to invest more on R&D. We need to invest more on innovation. There is an Innovation Council of India. You all must be knowing, under Mr. Sam Petroda. They are doing work. They are trying to do excellent work, but they have just started. It will take time. It will take time before we ground innovations in a larger way. So I close now, but by saying that it's a great effort, and those of you who have been here, who have taken time, precious time to come here, my compliments to you all and thanks to you all. And many of you are public relations professionals in the corporates, engineering corporates, and certainly you have a very important role in giving the right message about your companies. You have an important role, and I wish all the best for the function which is going to be held on coming 15th September. And I also again like to thank Engineering Watch for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share my views, which of course are my personal views and have nothing to do with the government views. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your insightful illuminations.